everyone, so today I am doing a really simple kind of Halloween tutorial to kick things off this year. I am doing lots more Halloween tutorials, but I thought I'd start with this really pretty simple one. Basically covered in butterflies. I did like a Monarch butterfly inspired eye look. It's really simple and really easy, and if you do have the ShaaanXO palette then you're set to go. Like I did eyes, lips and cheeks with this palette, and if you don't have a ShaaanXO palette, now is the perfect time to grab one because it is on special on BH Cosmetics website. I'll put the link down below. It's $11 for 11 days, so you can grab it for a little bit cheaper. If you've been hesitant to try it out, it's super affordable right now, and I promise you it is incredible. I love it so much, of course. And if you don't like this color theme, you can absolutely swap it out for almost any color, and it's perfect for like obviously a butterfly themed costume or fairy costumes. Could also really be good for children if you just obviously take away a bunch of the makeup. It's really simple, really easy, and I think it looks really pretty, so I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. So these are the butterflies I'm using today. They're feather butterflies made from feathers. I bought them off Etsy, but you can find them at heaps of craft stores and like scrapbooking stores and stuff like that. I am starting today by doing my base, so I'm priming with some Prime Time Neutralizing makeup primer, and then I'm going to use my all-time favorite NARS Sheer Glow in Punjab, and I haven't used this in ages and I fell in love all over again. It's so good. I'm using a round face brush just to blend this out. And then I'm using a light concealer under my eyes in a triangular kind of shape just to highlight my face a little, and I also ended up putting a little bit on my chin and forehead just to balance it out. And I'm using my Flawless Finish sponge to blend it all out nice and flawlessly, and then I'm going to set that concealer with a light shade from the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. I am using a tiny amount of MAC Studio Fix powder. I'm literally like dipping my brush in once and just using whatever's on the brush to set the foundation, and then I am using an eyeshadow primer. This one is so pretty. Look how like beautiful and glossy it is, even though I'm just going to set it with a matte color. But anyway, I really liked it. This was the first time I've tried it. So for this look today, as I said in the intro, I am using my ShaaanXO palette. It's double-sided, and I'm starting with the eyeshadows, of course, and I'm going to start with that very first shade on an eyeshadow brush and just pat that all over the lid to set the primer, so every other color we put on top is really nice and easy to blend nice and smooth. By the way, does this music remind anyone else of The Sims? Because I feel like it's very Sims-ish. I don't think that's a word, but anyway. Next, I'm taking a blender brush with that kind of warm neutral yellow color. This looks really unwearable when I pack it on, but it's really not when you just use it in a normal way, in a normal situation with a normal eye look, but I'm packing it on here to make it quite yellow looking, and I'm running that underneath the eye as well, quite thick. Next, I'm using a short shadow brush and that really warm terracotta kind of reddish brown color, and I'm picking that on the outer V and the inner corner on my eyelid, and I'm just picking that on and then going to use a blender brush to blend that out, and I'm going to blend it through the crease as I go as well, but then I'm going to kind of build up the inner and outer corner just to make it the most dark, you know, make them darker than the crease. And then I'm going back in with that first blender brush I used with the kind of yellow neutral on it, and then again going back in, reblending, adding a little bit more product just to build up the colour until I'm happy with the intensity. And then with my finger I'm going in with that first shade we used and just packing that in the middle of the eyelid, and then blending out the edges really softly and gently with a blender brush just to make sure there's no harsh lines. And then back in with that same colour with that short shadow brush, I am going to run that underneath my lower lash line, mostly on the inner and outer kind of corners. I don't know why I bothered doing that because you can't really tell, but anyway. And then I take my blender brush once again and just build up that colour in the crease, and I also ran that underneath my lash line too. And then to highlight my inner corner and brow bone, I'm using the shimmery colour. This is my favourite colour from the palette probably. I use it all the time, and yeah, just picking that on the inner corner brow bone as I said. And then for my eyeliner, I decided to go bold. So I'm using an orange, of course, to match the Monarch butterfly look. If you're doing a different color butterfly, you can just alter the eyeliner color and eyeshadow color and everything. So I'm doing that most of the way across. And then for the wing, I'm using a black eyeliner, and I'm just going to kind of blend it together. It was impossible to blend orange and black together, to be honest, like these two colors. I'd have to use a dark brown in between, but I didn't want to. So I'm just kind of letting it be a little bit less blended. I think it still looks really cool. And then I'm using a white in my waterline. If you hadn't guessed yet, all of the colours I used for my eyeliner today are on the little butterfly, so I was just matching it together. And then for my brows, I'm just filling them in as per normal. I was going to do colour, but I thought I would just leave it normal, just to be a little bit more wearable. But you could definitely do that if you wanted to go a little bit more crazy and more out there and like more costumey, I guess. But yeah, filling in the eyebrows. And then for the lashes, I went super dramatic. I'm using these huge thick ones. They looked so good. And the Duo latex free glue, which I'm loving lately, it's just so good. It just sticks all day long and it's so easy to remove as well. And then to contour, I've literally been using this contour kit every day for the past few weeks, so that's why you're going to be seeing it a lot in all my videos lately. I contoured with that, and then I'm going to bronze with this colour here just to add a little bit more colour to my face and make it a little bit more bronzed looking. And then for my blush, I'm actually using that same yellowish neutral colour from my palette, and it looks so good on the cheeks. If you haven't tried it yet, you definitely need to. And then I decided my contour wasn't sharp enough, so I'm using my face definer just to chisel out my cheekbones a little bit more. And then to highlight, I'm using that highlighter shade I used on my inner corner. I put on way too much because I forgot how pigmented it is, but I just kept blending it out until it looked good. This is so pigmented and so reflective. It looks really, really good on the cheekbones as a highlighter, so definitely try that as well if you haven't yet. And then for the lips, I decided to go like a coral orange. So I'm using a lip liner first. I recommend using a lip liner with my lipsticks from my palette just because it does help them last a little bit longer because they are so creamy and so smooth. So yeah, I'm applying a lip liner and then the orange lipstick from my palette in between. Every single shade in my lip palette is super wearable. I love every single color, and basically if you create any kind of eye look with the colors from the eyeshadow palette in the same palette, then any of these lip colors are going to go with it. So yeah, I'm using the orange as I said. I love this orange. It's so flattering on so many different skin tones and it just looks so good with that warm eyeshadow look. Anyways, so I was going to cut the butterflies in half like so and stick them on either side of my eye, but I just could not imagine it. I don't know, I just didn't want to go there, so I decided not to. I decided to switch up my idea as I went. I stuck some in my hair. If you are going to be, you know, doing this for Halloween, you want them to stay put for a long amount of time, you're going to want to clip them in or tie them around your hair. And I also used some contacts. These are just like brown ones I got off Pinky Paradise, and then I stuck some butterflies on my face and chest and hands with eyelash glue, and this did stick really, really well. They lasted for ages and then they were kind of hard to peel off, to be honest, so yeah, they definitely last the distance. But maybe just chuck your eyelash glue in your bag if you're going out and about for the night. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye! On the screen now are a couple of tutorials I did last year, so I hope you guys enjoy them. One of them, as you can see, is another take on like a butterfly look, and it's really pretty, so check out that one as well if you want some more inspiration. And on the other side, I'll do like a really scary one. Go check it out. Lots of Halloween tutorials are still coming, so keep an eye out. See you soon.